Hello, good people. Welcome back to the Action Bible Journey. Everyone, we're traveling through the entire Bible with actions in 315 days. And today, it's day 169 of that epic journey. Now, that means that it's also the time for a new period. Everyone, today, it is period 29 that we're going to be looking at. And so we're going to have two videos coming out. Firstly, we're going to have an overview of everything we're going to look at in the next few days. And then we'll have the second video, which is day 169, today's summary reading. So, period 29, the glory departs. So this will be from day 169 up to day 175. And we're going to be reading Ezekiel chapter 1 to 24. So who's the author? Well, it's Ezekiel, a priest that is exiled to Babylon. And he's acting out bizarre prophecies to warn the exiles that Jerusalem's end is inevitable. Now the timeline, when is this taking place? It's from 593 BC to 588 BC, before the fall of Jerusalem. And it's written also concurrently from the exile as the final Babylonian siege on Jerusalem began. Now the setting, where is it? Well, it's in a refugee camp by the Kebar River in Babylon. And it's also written in Babylon, utilizing visions that transported the prophet back to the Jerusalem temple. And then the key verse for this period comes from Ezekiel 10, verse 18. Then the glory of the Lord departed from over the threshold of the temple and stopped above the cherubim. And then now the transition. So while Jeremiah was preaching in Jerusalem, a young priest named Ezekiel was dragged off in the first wave of deportation to Babylon. He has no temple to serve in, so God brings the temple to him. And then the story arc. So what's happening in this period? Well, the book opens with a mind-bending vision of God's mobile throne, wheels within wheels and flashes of lightning. God commissions Ezekiel as a watchman for the exiles. Because the people are hard-hearted, Ezekiel acts out his sermons in bizarre street theater, lying on his side for a year, cooking food over dung, and packing bags in the dark. The climax of this section is a vision where God transports Ezekiel back to Jerusalem to see the secret idolatry in the temple. As a result, the glory cloud of the Lord slowly and tragically moves out of the Holy of Holies and leaves the city. The section ends with the death of Ezekiel's wife, a sign that God would not weep when his own temple was destroyed. Then the Jesus connections for this period. So three of the connections that we can look forward to. Firstly, the glory. The glory that left the temple in Ezekiel 10 returns in the person of Jesus, right? John 1:14, and later also in the Spirit-filled church. Then another Jesus connection we can look forward to is the true vine. In Ezekiel 15, God compares Israel to a useless, fruitless vine that's only good for being thrown into the fire. Now Jesus directly answers this in John 15, verse 1, when he declares, I am the true vine. He succeeded where the nation of Israel failed. And then finally, another Jesus connection to look forward to is the Son of Man. Like God calls Ezekiel this title 93 times to emphasize his humanity and frailty compared to God's glory. Now Jesus, he also adopted this title for himself. Then some fast facts for this period. Two fast facts that we can look forward to. Firstly, mute. Right, for a large portion of his ministry, God literally stuck Ezekiel's tongue to the roof of his mouth so that he could only speak when prophesying. And then another really interesting fact is the 390 days. Right, Ezekiel, he lay on his left side for over a year to symbolize Israel's sin. And then, what can we watch out for? So, three things that we can look forward to in this period. Firstly, then they will know. Right, this phrase appears over 60 times in this period. God's judgments are designed to reveal his identity. Then another thing to watch out for is individual responsibility. Ezekiel 18 shatters the idea that you are doomed by your parents' sins. The soul who sins is the one who will die. And then another thing to watch out for is the visuals. Everyone, watch for the really bizarre object lessons, the hair and the pots and the digging. God, He uses theater to wake people up. And lots of really wonderful things to look forward to and great discoveries to be made together. I'll see you in the next video where we'll read the summary for today.